I did one too many. Maybe I gave too many tool deal videos.
Hey everybody, this is Jim, President of Construction here at VCG Construction, and I am super excited about an unboxing that we are doing here today on one of my favorite line of tools, the DeWalt brand. We finally get a chance to talk about the black and yellow, and because we're talking about black and yellow, I get to introduce it today. That being said, I want everybody go check out the merch store, help out the channel, check out hats, the gang hats, shirts. Make sure you're looking for the black and yellow there in the VCG merch store. So DeWalt's always had a great line of impact drivers. I personally use them every day. They're always in my toolbox. And the one that I started with was the 887. This was my daily driver for the longest time, always in my bag. And I loved it. Made a lot of money with it, got a lot of jobs done with it, but it did have its flaws. You've seen me light these on fire, smoke them up under heavy load. Had some concerns with the selector switch. Mine broke on me twice as my daily driver, but it did get a lot of work done. It had its flaws, but it got work done. So the 887 was my daily driver, but the line evolved over time, and my next daily driver was the 840. Now, very similar to the 887, but one difference was no gear selector. And personally, I like having a gear selector on my impact drivers because sometimes I'm working with different finished materials that I may not want to be blowing through in Speed 3. And if anybody knows the channel, they know I live in Speed 2. Speed 2? I live in Speed 2. I'm usually living in Speed 2. Speed 2. I live in this speed. While the 840, in my opinion, was better under heavy load than the 887, it didn't have a gear selector, so as the line continued to evolve, I continued to look for more improvements in my daily impact driver. And that's where they came with this DeWalt 850. You could see the size difference in the head. I was very intrigued by that. This had a gear selector, which I was a big fan of. In testing, the 840 seemed to do better under heavier loads, longer lags, where the 850 really tended to find its mark in the smaller screws, smaller fastenings. So I was trying to find something next after these two that would be the best of both worlds. My daily driver today is the DeWalt 845, which is the 840 in the XR platform. Now, anybody who knows DeWalt knows that the XR was the top of the line drill driver, impact driver for the 20 volt DeWalt tools for the longest time. Now, the 845, again, 3-speed gear selector, same lights in the front, and very similar to the 840, but in the XR platform. What's next for the 860? What's next for DeWalt in their line of tools, in their line of impact drivers? I'm thinking from some of the leaks that we've seen or what the documentation that we've gone over, that the 860 is going to be an XR version or an upgraded version of this Atomic in this similar footprint. So I'm excited to see what this 860 has to offer, what it's going to look like, and how does it stack up with my other daily drivers in drill fastening and making holes. It does feel heavy. I mean, this is the first time I'm kind of picking this box up. 1/4 inch, 3-speed, high torque impact driver. This is tool only, so it does not come with any starter kits, any batteries, any chargers. Product number on this is the DCF860B, and this is a made in Mexico model. 2,500 pounds max inch pounds, up to 63% faster driving. I'm not sure what they're comparing that against. If I'm gonna get my job done 63% faster during the day, I know that that is certainly gonna make us more money. This tool is chip ready, so you can track this tool. The chips are sold separately. Comes with a 3-year tool limited warranty. What I'm noticing here is this 5 amp hour XR is the power stack, where the 8 amp hour XR is this brand new power pack 2170 tabless cells. Brand new technology. Check it out in the video. You guys are gonna love it. I'm super excited to get my hands on it and see what that thing can do. What comes in the box? DeWalt XR 20 volt DCF860 1/4 inch 3-speed high torque impact driver. 3 speeds, press to change out. Oh, it's got different LED brightnesses. And it has a 20-minute LED mode. Work light remains on for 20 minutes after the trigger is pulled. And they're claiming there's negligible effect to the battery runtime. I mean, I would be concerned about that light staying on that long for battery runtime, but they're saying it doesn't affect the battery. I hope it doesn't get hot in my bag either. It's interesting, 20 minutes. We'll have to test it out. What's next in the box? Your standard instruction manual, belt clip, comes with all the DeWalt tools, but definitely it's got some beef to it. In speed 1, RPM is 0 to 1800, 2500 in speed 2, 3800 RPM in speed 3. Need a battery for this, let's check it out. I mean, this is going to be fun to run. So your mode selector, it's no longer a switch like in my 845, which I'm okay with because I tend to break this switch frequently, and it gets stuck between 2 and 3. This is a push button with LED indicators on which speed that you're on. There's your 20-minute light indicator. So if you notice, the LEDs on the front of this new 860 compared to the 845 or any of the other ones down the line, you get much bigger LEDs. It looks like there's 3 LEDs in each port as opposed to 1 LED in each port on the older models. And anybody who works inside cabinets, under sinks, wherever, more light the better. So when we saw the leaks online, we really thought that this was going to be a lot similar in style, size, weight, design to the 850, but it's the XR platform, it's the XR version, so this should have every bell and whistle. So I'm assuming that's why this may be a little bit heavier and a little bit more bigger up here in the head. You know, it's got every bell and whistle in it. It's got every new feature, so it's going to be a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier, a little bit more cumbersome to deal with. But, I mean, this was a very, very miniature design. This actually took me a little while to get used to. I did enjoy the fact that it was smaller, easier to handle, but I just feel more comfortable with the 845. So putting this in the hand, it feels awesome. It feels a little bit heavier than the 845, but I also am running a bigger, larger battery on it. They're both 5 amp hour, but footprint on this battery is a little bit bigger. It does have quick insert. I'm going to try the first one just in speed 1, just see how it goes. You can see we have a fully charged battery, speed 1, turn the light on, let's see how it feels. Smooth. that was pretty smooth. I was expecting it to be a little bit rougher in speed 1. That was really smooth. Try speed 2. Now I live in speed 2. Love speed 2. Awesome. Speed 3. I'm gonna have to move into something a little bit bigger here quickly, because I don't know that we're gonna find the full breadth of the benefit with this. Oh yeah, very, very powerful, very, very smooth. Let's try something a little bit bigger. I wouldn't normally try to drive a 2-inch drywall screw into wood, especially in speed 1, but I'm excited to see what this may do to it. That was with 0 pressure, minimal issue, and again, a 2-inch drywall screw in the lumber is not an easy task in speed 1. Try in speed 2. Now, speed 2 would be where I would normally drive this kind of screw into this type of material if I had to. I wouldn't want to go speed 3, but let's give it a shot, see what happens. Wow. It's actually over driving in speed 3 by a lot. Speed 2 has more control. I was camming out a little bit, but I'm trying to just let the tool do all the work with very minimal pressure. In speed 3, it overdrove it. Let's give these 2.5-inch SPAC screws a shot. This would be more the style screw that you'd be screwing into wood, so see how this goes. Speed 1. smooth, easy, no overdriving. I'm very impressed with the way this is operating in Speed 1 already. I might have to live in Speed 1 at some point now. Try it in Speed 2. Again, super smooth, super easy. I'm trying not to get too excited because I have to find a way to sneak this out of the shop before Vince realizes I took it. Speed 3. Again, Speed 3, I'm overdriving the fastener into the material. So I would be very, very careful if this is your daily driver. If you normally operate in Speed 3, which I have in some cases, be very, very mindful of overdriving your fasteners if you're working with finished material in Speed 3. 1/4 inch by 6 inch lag fastener. See how it operates on this. We're just gonna go ahead and drive this in Speed 3. Wow, fast. That was incredibly, incredibly smooth, incredibly quick. Again, I overdrove it a little bit. I'd like to, see what that's like in Speed 2. Speed 3 is extremely powerful on this particular impact driver. So I'm really interested to see how this maybe works with larger lags or maybe some spade bits, hole saw, anything. I mean, I'm very, very excited to see what this thing could do in Speed 3. I would love to see this thing against any competitor in a tool test raw, maybe. I mean, I don't know if you guys are interested. Leave it down in the comment section below. If you want to see this new DeWalt 20-volt XR DCF860 brand new, if you want to see this go up against maybe a Milwaukee, a Makita, a Metabo, leave it down in the comment section below. Guys, I appreciate everybody stopping by and checking this channel out. I am super excited about this tool. I hope you guys and my gang, my DeWalt fans, everybody out there that support the black and yellow are as excited as I am about this new tool release. I can't wait to try to sneak this into my toolbox without Vince noticing. Hope to see you all on the next one.